us have been undergoing some amount of flu. Viral flu is there, virus is there, it's a viral fever and everything. But this is the first kind of flu which has come up. It spreads so fast, and there is no a known or the known medicine for it. And that is why all of us are feeling anxious. The first thing is the fear of death. The second thing is so many other fears that we are having today. What is going to happen? Are we going to be able to sustain our living? After this COVID-19, are we going to be able to go back to our job? Are we going to be free to travel? Will we be able to manage our jobs? That's the financial anxiety is the second most thing which is coming in front of everyone. How are we going to manage our expenses? Because the money coming in is not in accordance to the money which is going out today. So unless people have money saved and stashed somewhere, everybody is going through that anxiety. And there is no way that we are seeing any vaccine coming in. There is no way we are seeing anything else, any other respite coming in, and hence we are becoming more and more anxious. And this of late and all over the world, if you saw, people right now they were writing such things. And
I'm muted again. I'm just seeing. You want to see this?
Shika Mehta, can you mute her? Ruchika
Yes.
Chhabra. Anywhere you see a person unmuted,
You are the host.
You are the host now, or I can reclaim the host. I don't want to.
One second. Where is ma'am gone? I'm sorry.
No problem. It's okay. And so if you saw so many people, they randomly joined us. They just wanted to create anxiety, or they just wanted to express their unexpressed emotions, which they don't know how to deal with. It's a dysfunctional way of dealing with emotions, and it's not the healthy way. So anyway, the thing is that let us just share the PPT so we see the different forms of anxiety. Anxiety is the way your body responds to stress. Everyone's body responds to stress in a different manner. Go to the first slide. What is anxiety? Yeah, it's our body's natural response to stress, a feeling of fear, which all of us today in COVID-19, we are all feeling apprehensive, what is about to happen, what is not about to happen, the fear of the unknown. See, we have also been feeling anxious from time to time, even before this. But right now, because of all these problems, because of the fear of death, the fear that there is no cure for this, it's only the body's immunity which will save you from this disease, is what is causing that fear in all of us. Now what happens is, this is the kind of anxiety which we all of us had, but today if you see, so many people are cooped up, they're not able to go out, and that is why it is becoming a forceful occurrence. There are so many couples fighting. I'm getting so many cases of couples fighting. One person is there, the husband just said, I want to divorce you, because he's not, firstly he was used to be out for 10-12 hours, now they are together, they are not able to cope with this, and that's why it's becoming a problem. And their anxiety levels are increasing, so in their anxiousness they are reporting things which are not that correct. The second slide please. So the first thing also I would like you to do is, all of you, I'll just say, how many of you feel gratitude for that you are still living today? How many of you have ever, do you have a gratitude journal? So nice. Kathy, are you into any holistic field? Yes, hi Vididhar.
Yes, ma'am, I am into holistic as well, and I'm a physiotherapist as
Ah.
like professionally.
That's
So
very
that
nice.
is how. So every day morning after I get up, I do thank God just for a moment that it is a good day that I've gotten up today and I'm healthy and my family is safe around me. So
Very
that.
good, Jayashri also. So I just wanted to know, when you maintain a gratitude journal, so you start thanking yourself and consciously you are giving yourself the message that yes, things are okay, things are fine, and I can. Hi, Anupama. Yes, that's so nice that you are doing that. 5 things at least you should be thankful of every day. I don't say that, you can say new 5 things, because nowadays we are not going out. So how are we going to find new 5 new things again? Yes, you're grateful to be alive. Yes, you're right. It's grateful to be alive. So whenever, if you maintain that 5 gratitude journal, you will start the serotonins, which is the hormone responsible for feeling good, feeling happy, feeling joyful. That hormone will help us to feel gratitude, and we will be able to go through this period. Thank you so much, Sharath. Uh, um, you'll be able to go through this period of anxiety. Now, there are different kinds of anxiety. The first is overthinking. See, I like to talk and I like others to participate. So if anybody of you wants to tell me what do you mean by overthinking, or do you have overthinking, you can definitely just raise your hand and I will tell Ruchika to unmute you, because we are all, meeting for the first time, or some of them I know from before, but I would like all of you to participate if you can. Does anybody want to talk about overthinking, or do I only talk? Fine. So overthinking means, now we have about a lack of thoughts daily. When people overthink, you are at a beta level. That means 14 to 28 hertz per second. That is the frequency of your brain waves. Now, when you think about overthinking, you constantly keep on thinking of the same thing again and again, and you start thinking more than 1 lakh thoughts a day. You start thinking 1,20,000, 1,30,000, which the conscious mind cannot take. It's like that the force of water is so much that the dam, the bridge, is not able to take the force of water and it breaks. So that is overthinking, that I'm thinking about things. Oh, what will happen if my son gets COVID? What will happen if this will happen? Constantly overthinking of irrelevant matters. Same thing again and again. Does it happen? Is it happening to people? Constantly thinking of, yes, Karishma, it's happening to you?
It is.
Tell me, Karishma.
Yeah. It happens to me a lot, actually. I overthink a lot.
Okay, so can you just give us an example so people can...
So I have my own business, and I'm always overthinking, what will I do? How will I sell? If I'll be able to sell, if I'll be able to give out salaries, if I'll be able to be at the same level I was 2 months ago. And if I wasted my 2 years into it, I'm back to square one where I was. So
first of all, you're not wasted your 2 years. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know, you're always thinking, what if I have?
So because of this COVID-19, so now what is happening is, over a period of time, you will find that your solar plexus chakra will go for a toss. Acidity will start building up. So we will give you a small technique that anytime you feel an anxiety, I'll be doing this exercise with you. You will be able to deal with your anxiety in a proper manner. Everybody is going to participate in this. Okay. I'm just going to first discuss the anxiety, and we'll quickly rush to what needs to be done, because I'm sure all of you would like to know what needs to be done rather than me just talking about it. But we need to first identify, what do you mean by anxiety? Like you said, overthinking, and it was a very good thing. Everybody has got an idea about what is overthinking. You are just constantly thinking about the same thing again and again, and your overthinking is not going to help anyone to change their attitude or even the situation. So you are not in control of the situation anymore. Yes, Sharad Jagtiani, what is your question? Can you please unmute Sharad Jagtiani? Ruchika, Sharad Jagtiani.
I'm unmuted myself, yeah.
Hi, Sharad.
Hi, Gitanjali. So I don't really have worry of the future or what will happen. And yeah, so, a lot of messages come to you with hospital mein jagah khatam ho gayi, this, that. You get that worry for a little time. And then, so there's a barrage of messages coming in and a lot of fake news. And many times I don't believe in the fake news, but when I try to convince people that this is fake, they get aggressive. They want to believe in the fake news somehow.
Are you talking about... Okay,
fake as in, there's just too many messages coming. There's too much information coming. So that kind of gets too much. My anxiety comes from the fact that sometimes I'm like, I just want to step out of the house. So I'm a little restless about... Yeah, I feel restless. Like I want to go out just and we're getting such great stuff. Like this call wouldn't have happened if we didn't have Corona, maybe. We're
Right.
getting this. Thank you for the gift. It's like a gift for us,
Oh, thank you so
So
much.
there's a lot of good stuff happening also, but our mind goes towards the negative. One is all the messages that are coming in, and the other thing is that inability to go out just to even without the fear of catching the infection. So that's my question.
Okay. Okay, yeah, that's the fear of death. Sharad, the basic fear, which is the fear of death, that we will catch. And what happens is we always believe in our world that if you keep on thinking of the same thing again and again, there's a very strong possibility like attracts like. So
Correct.
it will come up. So that's why we are going to give you a tool that today you can all do. That anytime these thoughts come, you'll see that these thoughts go down very rapidly, and this will help you to deal with any kind of anxiety even in the future. Okay,
Thank
so
you.
this is good for everybody, so that will be fine. So overthinking, you're not doing overthinking, but yeah, you are feeling that feeling of being trapped, that restlessness which could be in the center of your chest or your stomach, and the feeling of being cooped in a surround and not being able to go out. Well, that's also known as claustrophobia. Also, for some people it's not going overboard, but some people are feeling claustrophobic also. Okay, now let's come down to memory issues. Now, what are memory issues? Memory issues, as you keep on forgetting things. The mind is so clogged with thoughts. You don't remember where have you kept things, what you have kept things, where is it, and you constantly keep on searching for things. Is it happening often, or would it happen before with all of you? Just asking. How many of you feel the symptoms of insomnia? How many of you have had a sleepless night till today? I have had it often. Okay, so that's for memory issues, I think so. Yes. Often forget things. Bhairavi Shah, she says, I often forget things. Now, why do people forget things? Because we are so focused on to remembering the small things that we are not able to remember the proper things or the important things in our life, and that's why it's very important to write them down. Secondly, the insomnia. Everybody of us, so nice, Pushpalata ji, if you're sleeping, I have started doing transcendental meditation. The initial 1 week was a lot of sleepless night, but after that, of course, things have been good. But initially the anxiety was high, and then that's why I did a little bit of, again, this exercise which I did and transcendental meditation tape. But this insomnia is something that there is so much of stress, so much of thoughts that the conscious mind just keeps on thinking and thinking the same thing again and again. There is no respite to it. There is no proper conclusion. There is no proper solution. And the mind keeps on thinking. And the critical filter, what happens is there is a parasympathetic nervous system and a sympathetic nervous system. So when there is a trigger or a stress, which is or some unknown fear which comes to you, right now the unknown fear is COVID-19, how to deal with it. So when it comes up, your the sympathetic nervous system has kicked in. It doesn't know. It's rushing. It's on adrenaline. There's a lot of stress in the body. It doesn't know how to release, and it goes to a level where the parasympathetic nervous system is not kicking in, and that's why the relaxation is not happening. And so it's very important to consciously, through certain exercises, let go of this anxiety. Otherwise, they will trigger certain lifetimes, which I often call as past lives, or some hidden subconscious memories within you, which it can become a part of and parcel of your life. So this exercise, which we'll be teaching you, 2 exercises we'll be doing, one meditation and exercise. Rapid heartbeat. Anybody see normal rapid heartbeat before a presentation? Or just now we all had a rapid heartbeat when we allowed people to just access. We didn't know this, and all of us had this rapid heartbeat because when when you are in stress, that's your body's physiological response to stress. So before a presentation, before writing a big test, before maybe your marriage, before seeing a boy, before buying a house, also a person could be having rapid anxiety, or you could be meeting somebody very important, and at that point of time also you will be having this rapid heartbeat. But now I have got patients who come to me, they have this constantly. It never goes down. You can actually feel, I am treating a client from Gurgaon, And the person, when I look at the person through Zoom only, I can see that there is this pressure, this head moves, psychosomatic. It's so much of stress because of COVID-19. The person is of course old, 60, 65, but the psychosomatic symptom is coming in the head. The head bulges out, goes inside, bulges out, goes inside. It could be a very slight movement, but it is very disturbing to the client. So that's what I'm saying. Rapid heartbeat is one of the symptoms, and different parts of your body react differently. Now, headaches. Anybody has been feeling headaches from the time last 2-3 months when the lockdown happened? Headaches? Nobody? Good. So if nobody had headaches, again, headaches are a thing of, I want to do something, I'm not able to do something. Acidity. Yes, Sharad, the acidity is coming in because your solar plexus chakra is not feeling in control. You are not feeling in control. You cannot move out of your house. When you move out of the house, there's a constant fear. So your solar plexus chakra is working overtime, because of which the acidity is a kind of anxiety. So your anxiety is developing into this acidity in your stomach. Did you have this before or just in the last 2-3 months?
No, I've had acidity before also,
So
for different issues.
So understand one more thing which I would like to tell you is, right from the start, whenever your acidity started is the time when your anxiety started.
Right.
Now it will increase, but you have had issues even before. So you need to, if it is too much, I'm having a client who is having a severe acidity. So then you have to have this food intake, and then you can do this exercise which I'm going to teach. It's known as an emotional empowerment technique. And it's a very nice technique. It's just like tapping. Many of you are aware of it. Some of you are knowing this as EFT. But I have throbbing, Anisha Gurbakshani, throbbing headaches and facial swelling. Yeah. So now I'll just come to you, Anisha, in some time. So when we can work on your anxiety, and you'll see that it goes down. Okay. Now headaches. Headaches are, I want to do something, I'm not able to do something. So your mind, your crown chakra or your brain is divided into two. And when your brain is divided into two, you are not able to make a decision, is when you have a constant headache, throbbing headache. And the swelling, Guru Anisha, could be because you're not being able to sleep well. And that is why your body's metabolism is not working properly. Trouble breathing. Sometimes people have this trouble breathing. They feel panic attacks. And that is the reason that they feel very claustrophobic. Like for example, people, if they are cooped in a Karishma Garg too, I feel over empathetic. Yeah, so you should stop that Karishma, because what is happening is you're zoning into other people's energies, and that will create more issues. So this is Karishma's anxiety, and now 10 people's anxiety becomes so much. So Karishma could be this much and 10 people's is so much. We have to not dissociate from that anxiety. So you have to stop being so empathetic. Okay. And trouble breathing, constant worrying, what will happen to my loved ones. Some parents whose children are far away, what is going to happen. I've got clients coming in, my son does not have a job. Now what will happen? Who will pay the bills? But it's a constant worrying. They can say it once and forget it. But they will keep on repeating the same thing in 1 hour, 15, 20 times. This is the kind of anxiety I'm talking. They're not focused on anything else. They'll keep on repeating. You must have seen people keep on repeating the same thing again and again. When people do that, understand it's a form of anxiety. There is some kind of uncomfortableness in their surroundings, in their body, which they are not able to cope with. And that is why your body is responding to that stress or that fear by developing different symptoms like overthinking, memory issues, insomnia, rapid heartbeat. Yes, you have become vulnerable. Yeah, you can share, Richa, how you have become vulnerable, because this statement I'm not able to understand. So maybe you can unmute yourself and talk. Trouble breathing, constant worrying, procrastination. The same client who has acidity has procrastination issues. He has work, God willing, he has work in this time, and he says, I never work. I feel like doing it afterwards. I'll just keep on. I start, and after 10 minutes, I'm on Facebook, and then for 2 hours, I'm not working. And even the fear of leaving the job is not making him go towards. So, of course, we are working on him. We have kind of grounded him, brought him to a 50% better situation. But what happens is there are some people who really enjoy being the center of attraction. So they don't want to take responsibility, but they want to procrastinate. We'll do it tomorrow. We'll do it. So he says, whenever I have things on the head is the time I do it. I feel like being emotional, extreme sadness, crying, or too happy. Well, Richa, this must not be there right now. It must be there with you before also. So maybe you can try the exercise which I'm giving you at the end of this thing, and it will really, really help you. Trouble concentrating. I was dealing with a child. He's in 10 years. He's 10 years old, and he's not able to focus more than half an hour on studies. So what has happened is now, because of all this stress, the child also feels the stress of the parent. Whether the parents tell him or something or not, he's an extension of the parent. So your anxiety goes to your child, and the child copes up in different ways by not studying, or by throwing a tantrum, or by becoming sick, and things like that. And the child will find it trouble concentrating. So you will suddenly see that if there is some financial issue happening in your life, or if there is a relationship issue happening in your life, then suddenly the child starts you know getting low grades, or becoming a rebel at school, so that the focus from that problem comes to the child, so that people so that the larger problem is avoided. Okay, then we have lack of patience. How many? I have a lot of lack of patience, because I think there is too much of work. I was not like that before, but with too much of work it becomes difficult to answer people when people like to talk, but then we should be having the time. Lack of patience, yes, even I have it. I do try my best to so I'm trying to delegate work to people, because I can just talk with people one on one. I just can't keep on explaining what do we do. My patience has improved during lockdown. Very good. My patience has not increased, dropped in. My work is still the same. So God willing. So, and if we are not busy, we create workshops like this to keep ourselves busy. Okay. Needing reassurance. How many of you need reassurance? Constantly, from your parents, from your siblings, from your friends? Yes, that everything is going to be all right. So that's why we see so much of news. We see the people, okay, now it will be fine. Yes, so constant reassurance, yes, life will be good. So a lot of hopelessness has set in. Right now the scenario is very bleak. A lot of hopelessness is set in, and the main thing is that the governments are not knowing what to do. So they are trying their best, but a lot of constantly asking people, constantly asking self, and that is the thing. Panic attacks. Now, panic attacks, what happens is when a person could be in a locked room, or could be suddenly starting to feel claustrophobia. The panic attacks is on a very large scale. So your body starts sweating, your heartbeat increases, you can't breathe. It can be any situation which can trigger the panic attack. It can be the fear of loneliness. Today somebody connected with me for a theta healing session for her loneliness, because it is becoming very lonely. How Sharat said that it is becoming very lonely. Yes, fear of the unknown. Fear of the unknown is the biggest fear which we are all facing, because we don't know. There is no medicine to COVID-19, the virus, coronavirus, and that's why we are all dealing with the fear of unknown, and that's why the anxiety has increased. Stomach issues, as what was told by Sharat, that he has been having stomach issues even before that. So definitely, yes. Sweating, your palms on you'll be, if you sometimes shake hands with people, you'll be noticing their palms are very sweaty. That's the body is already is into an anxiety state. So that is the issue. And avoidance is work is there, but I don't want to do it, so I'll sleep, I'll fight, I will eat, or I will create something. Children are doing this avoidance a lot. Procrastination, I'm seeing a lot of children procrastinating a lot. Okay, can you change the slide please, Ruchika? If anybody wants to talk, please let me know. I would be more than happy to listen and give advice. Ruchika, the second slide. Yeah, thank you.
My question about the
Can we
messages.
इसको थोड़ा बड़ा करें, Ruchika? I'm not able to see it. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, Sharad, tell me.
My question about the WhatsApp forwards and the messages that you get which add to your anxiety. What do you do about that?
Block it. Because they are unnecessary.
Correct.
They are unnecessary, and if you see so much of temper, so much of anger at this moment, people are having against certain communities, against certain people, against what we are perceiving to be, as a threat to our happiness or our freedom of expression and things like that. So it's increased. Firstly, what it was that we were so much engrossed in work that we wouldn't bother. Now our only focus is there because there is less of work. I'm really, there are some people still working. Those who work for Amazon, Google, Facebook, IT industry is still working. Medical industry is still working. There are some people who are blessed, but like some people are there who are into import and export. Yeah, Kavalpreet, we'll come to your question. Karishma, I think somebody before also had a question. So there is somebody who has an export business of clothes. It's just shut down. So can you understand the amount of anxiety the person must be having? There is no work. I have a question, Kavalpreet. Yeah, Kavalpreet, I would like you to ask this question. Where is Kavalpreet? Ruchika, can you mute her? Yeah, hi, Kavalpreet.
Hello, presently I'm working as vice principal at JV School. A lot of anxiety from my students. Can you hear me, ma'am?
We can hear you very faintly. It is not very clear, your internet connection.
Okay.
So maybe you can type. It would be better for us, Kavalpreet Kaur. The chat, I have a question. If you type it, it may take you 5 minutes, but you can type it. In the meantime, I will speak about everyday anxiety and the anxiety disorder. So how to understand the difference between two. Okay. One is the everyday anxiety, which we all have, paying the bills. If suppose my job is a problem, then facing the boss. My colleagues are giving me a problem, then facing those colleagues. If I have had a breakup now, that's a big anxiety, but it's an everyday anxiety. Okay, so some other events which are giving us an issue. Somebody's death also is a very important event, a very important loss, which creates anxiety. But an anxiety disorder is a constant and unsubstantial worry that causes a significant distress and interference. Means it's how we said the same thoughts again and again. Oh, so this guy left me. He left me. He used me. I don't know what to do. And I really want to know, will he come back to me? What is he going to do? Like that, after a year, after year, after year. Darling, so sorry. Thank you so much. You're working as a vice principal and you deal with teenage anxiety. How to deal with young people? How to deal with young blood. So here I'm going to talk to you about anxiety. Maybe you can use this, and the technique I teach you, maybe you can teach to your kids. It would be good. That's the only thing we can do for them. Because you being a principal, maybe you can also keep some yoga classes, online yoga classes, or some creative drawing class, something like that for your dealing with the anxiety of the young children. Basically, it's fear of the future. Everybody's saying one thing. If you go through this year without being dead, you have achieved a lot. And we should be really thankful that, we are still sitting in an AC environment and we have the money to pay our bills. And God has been very kind to us. Okay, so this is a constant, this thing. Embarrassment or self-consciousness. Like, for example, you are doing something and you feel very conscious about it, or you feel that suddenly you enter a room and everybody's so good looking, so thin, and you are a little bit fat. So, you know, you have this embarrassment, oh, I didn't dress well, or my clothes are not up to the mark. That small kind of anxiety, everybody of us has some way or the other. Even if you're looking good, you will still have that anxiety. But this is what, when this anxiety reaches to a level when people say, I don't want to talk to anyone, I don't want to meet anyone. I had a psychologist coming to me and she said, I have social anxiety. This is called as social anxiety, where you avoid people, where you avoid crowds. You sit at home. I don't want to meet people. The moment they'll meet people, they will start feeling adrenaline. They will start feeling a heartbeat increase. They will start sweating. They will start palpitation. They will start not being able to breathe. That is what they will feel. Okay, people are ridiculing us. They are being judged. So this is the anxiety with people, and that's why they avoid that. When there is people of 10, 12 people in one place, they start avoiding those places. Now, suppose if you have a big test or a business meeting or a presentation, definitely everybody has an anxiety attack. But when it is like, this is out of, before this, if you are having it every time, if you're having out of the blue preoccupation, no. So people come to us, I am feeling very anxious. I'm a presentation in 15 days. Now 15 days. So I would understand if that person feels anxious 1 hour before or 24 hours before. But 15 days before, if they start feeling the same anxiety, and then once that anxiety is gone away, the same anxiety. I remember I had a doctor coming to me. He was a great, brilliant surgeon. And he said, I have an anxiety when I perform an operation. When people come to me, he was once attacked by the patient's family. And from that day onwards, he feels that when people come to him in a crowd, he used to get so frightened. He said, I can't face them. I'm feeling like quitting my job. So we did about 3-4 sessions because it was a proper anxiety. We did about 3-4 sessions of hypnosis with him and made him calm down. And we did a little bit of integrated role play therapy. He finally agreed. There was a lot of shame and embarrassment coming from the ancestral lineage. But within 3 to 4 sessions, he has never met me again. So I always say, people who just have little problem now, we can resolve them in 3 to 4 sessions. And you know, it's a very, very amazing. And I feel so happy when I'm able to help people. So now, realistic fear of dangerous objects. So suppose, right? So today we have a realistic fear now. We cannot go out in the open. Nobody is brave enough to say Corona will not attack me. Everybody is vulnerable to it, even the bravest of them all. So that this is a realistic fear, but there is a irrational fear. Like people have, this is called also as a phobia, a fear of snakes. Anybody has a fear of snakes, never been bitten by snakes, or fear of closed spaces, or fear of, lizards, a fear of being in a, yes. So just with the call, please tell me, what is your fear? No, we need to understand what it is. So then we can explain. Fear of spiders, yes. Fear of snakes, yes. Now here here what happens when the snake has come in, some unconscious memory of some lifetime where you lived. And at that point of time, when you see that same stimulus in front of you and goes and enmeshes with that stimulus from that lifetime, maybe the snake killed you. Maybe a snake was thrown on you. Or maybe the last memory you have is of a cockroach or a spider coming to you. Oh, fear of loud sounds is inherent, Jayashree. Fear of loud sound is what we are born with. It can never go out. Fear of loud noises, fear of heights. These two things we are born with. Every human being is born with these two fears. And no matter what, nobody can eradicate it. Okay, but fear of spiders, fear of snakes, fear of closed spaces, lift, that is the fear, your one memory, yes. So fear of darkness, yes, because you are from thinking sometime in darkness, somebody killed you in some lifetime, or some of your ancestor got killed. So there are two things, getting enmeshed And now as a current day personality, you are feeling that kind of fear, which is not your own. So once we remove those memories which are creating this issue, I'll share with you one case. So I teach hypnotherapy, and we often discuss this case. So there was this person who came to the American school where we were. I was not the person to do it. So one of my teachers, Sunny Satin, he's no more now, and he came to him that all of late I have this fear of death. And he went to the doctor. The doctor said, you're perfectly fine. No diabetes, no blood pressure, nothing, no cancer, nothing. But he had that nagging, irrational fear of death. Now, what happened when Sunny Saturn started regressing him, he regressed, when did it actually start? What were you doing? And it came to him that in a hypnosis session that he had visited a hospital. Now, at the age of 36, he visited a hospital, and then it regressed to a time when he was just born. When he was just born, the person was, there was a small child who was very ill. And when the child was being given to the nurse, to the other nurse, and the one nurse said, this child is not going to make it. Now, when he visited the hospital, that fear triggered the fear of the childhood, the first day he was born in this planet. And both the fears came in. So it was just a thought he had picked up. The once that thought went away, one session, he was completely cured. So that's what the irrational fear is. It comes from your deepest unconscious memories, of which you have no idea, but it is there in your subconscious mind, which we need to tap. Now, everyday anxiety is anxiety, sadness, difficulty sleeping after a traumatic event. As we said, coronavirus was there, it was traumatic. For a week, I found it difficult to sleep. After that, it was okay for me to sleep. But if I have recurrent nightmares, I have got clients who have recurrent nightmares. I have clients who will say that we have the same dream again and again. They stop feeling their body, they stop feeling. So it is, even though years have passed, they will still talk about that event as if the event has happened yesterday. That is the time which becomes a problem to us, and that is the anxiety disorder. I think so. Before I bore everybody, okay, so now I'll just go through this, what it can do. We'll look at the curve later, and we will start exercise. Ruchika, can you please give me the next slide? Hi, Ruchika, can you give me the next slide? Yeah, I'm just doing it. Yeah, not this one. I wanted the muscle tension and all that. Okay, I think so. I did it. Fine. So I will not do this. I want everybody of you to, so I won't do, no, it's okay. So give me the Kubler-Ross, this small cartoon. Yeah, before that. Okay, can we all decide how much of an anxiety and where all you are feeling it in your body? Sharath said that I have acidity. Do you feel it right now?
Little bit, very little.
Okay. So if it is little bit, I will just go through the process. Whenever it's more, you can start it. So I want you to first take your left side of your karate chop point and your right hand like this. And you just need to tap it like this. Maybe Ruchika, if you can stop sharing this thing so then I have a broader view of all my people. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ruchika. So, hi Namrata, hi Khyati, I can see all of you now. So, you just need to tap it. Okay, now for this, you will need to close your eyes.
So you're tapping
The karate.
left hand with the right hand.
Yeah, because the left hand is connected to the right part of your brain, the subconscious mind also. So whatever changes you do, it will go to your subconscious and then it gets replicated very easily. So we are not trying to change the conscious mind. We're trying to change the
Where do you tap
subconscious.
it exactly on the hand?
Not hand, like this.
Oh, it's on the side.
Side. Yeah. Not on the hand, the side. Okay. So everybody will close their eyes. One minute, huh?
Left hand is up. And with the right, you're, I think. Yeah.
So say, even though. Even though I feel. What do you feel? Do you feel a breathlessness? Do you feel an anxiety? Do you feel anger? Do you feel sleepless? What are you feeling? Can you just write it down? What is your anxiety? We have discussed so much about anxiety. What is your anxiety? So make a note of it. And suppose if today I need to work on, what do you want me to work on? Do you want me to work on your scared feeling? Okay. So how many of you are feeling scared? Frustration. Okay. So I'll make it generic then. Fine. So you just write the words. I will make it generic. Scared. You have acidity, right, Sharad? Little bit. Frustration. Anything else somebody wants me to focus on? Restlessness. Okay. Good. So I will start. You will start noticing that it will drop down. So first, whenever you start, suppose I pain. Anisha, where is your pain in your body? Because pain is something which we can just remove through this. How much of a pain are you feeling, Anisha? Anisha Gurbakshnani. Back and ankle. On a scale of 0 to 10, Anisha, how much of a pain are you feeling? Scale. Face scale 8. Now we will talk about the pain, but I don't think so everybody else is feeling the pain. So let's see how much we can focus on. Okay, so even though, let's start. Even though, breathlessness. Okay, I'll focus on breathlessness. I'll keep on repeating the words. जिसके लिए जो भी ठीक है वो repeat कर सकता है. If suppose breathlessness does not vibe with you, so you can say whatever vibes with you. I will have to be generic. Okay. Okay. So even though I have this pain, we start with Anisha. Even though I have this pain, and there is a part within me which is paining, and this pain is causing me to feel, go to a feeling, attach a feeling or an emotion. This pain causes me to feel restless, scared, but I still choose to, please repeat with me, but I still choose to heal and integrate that part within me which is causing this restlessness. I am whole and complete. I love and accept myself as I am. And even though I have this pain in my body, in my back, in my ankle, in my face, and this pain makes me feel restless. but I still choose to heal and integrate that part of me. Hi Tanishi, that part of me which is causing the pain. I'm whole and complete. I love and accept myself as I am. And even though I'm having this pain and I don't know why, Rishi, you can mute yourself because it is disturbing. Yes, can they mute? Ruchika, mute them. I still choose to heal and integrate that part of my body which is causing this pain. I'm whole and complete. I love and accept myself as I am. Now put your hands on your chest and breathe out 7 times. Make that sound wherever you are. It's important for you to let go of that energy out of your body. It's okay. Come on, breathe out. We have to use breath as the means to remove that stagnant energy within us. And even okay, once you finish, I'll just see you. Somebody can start, show me a hand and we can start once again. Anisha Gurbakshani, how is your pain? Has it lessened? You were speaking about the pain on your face. Has it lessened?
Yeah, it is. It is feeling a little better. I think I can safely say it's down to a scale. I can give it a number of 6 right now.
6 right now. Good.
Yeah.
We will make it down to 1. It will never go to 0 because pay attention in the now is caused by some other thing. So till the time you don't do a regression session or you don't do a counseling session, you don't realize from where it is actually paining. But from your 8, it will definitely go to 1. That's my guarantee.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay. Now, even for acidity, Sharad, you have to say acidity is a feeling of being out of control. So I'll focus there. Okay. And all of us are feeling out of control today, helpless, powerless, frustrated, angry, right? So we'll start there. Fine. So even though I'm feeling out of control, I don't know what to do. I'm feeling so helpless. I'm feeling so powerless. I'm feeling angry. I really, really don't know what to do. But I still choose to heal and integrate that part of me which is feeling out of control, which is feeling helpless, which is feeling powerless, which is feeling angry. I am whole and complete. I love and accept myself as I am. And even though I am feeling so much out of control, I don't know what am I going to do with my life. I don't know how am I going to pay my bills. I don't know this business which I took up for 2 years, it was Karishma, which the business which I've built for 2 years, what will I be able to do? Will I be able to pay my bills? Will I be able to sell my goods? Will I be able to sell all that I made in the last 2 years? It's just, I really don't know how to salvage this, how to pay my, how will I be able to, I was so successful. How will I be able to pay my staff? Everything is out of control. I feel I will not be able to manage it, but I still choose to heal and integrate that part of me. I am whole and complete. I love and accept myself as I am. And even though I'm feeling out of control, this COVID-19, this virus, this coronavirus is everywhere. I fear going out. I fear I will catch the virus. I fear I will die. I don't know how to handle it. And I don't want to die. And this fear of coronavirus, which has created so much of a panic in me. I'm feeling so restless, so helpless. And I'm so, many of us could be very angry at the virus itself and at China also. And I'm so angry for the virus being created. And I feel like a victim. I feel like a victim. I don't know what to do. I really, really don't know what to do. I'm feeling so powerless, so helpless. But I still choose to heal and integrate that part of me. I am whole and complete. I love and accept myself as I am. Now, I want all of you to just put your hands on your chest and breathe out. Remove it to 7 times. See, it's a magical number. We do 3 rounds of 7 times each to make it completely, and then we start. So all of you will have different thoughts. So you have to continue from that thought, whatever you have. I'm just being very generic because I'm not focusing on one client at one time. There are people who feel, I feel powerless, my mother is beating me and all that. This current powerless, they associate with some powerlessness they felt before. So I'm feeling so powerless. I don't know what to do, but I still choose to heal and integrate that part of me, which is very angry at the mother because she was beating me. Tuck, 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 tuck. Do you understand? So 2 memories are joined enmeshed. We are trying to dissociate. Now the second round is over. We have exhaled 7 times. Now we'll go to the frustration. I focused on the pain. I focused on the acidity. I focused on the restlessness. I've not focused on the breathlessness. I will do that. I will focus on the anger. I focus on the feeling of out of control. Out of control is a feeling because of which you develop acidity. Then headaches. Those who have headaches, basically unable to make a decision is the cause of headache. Even that is why when people have migraines, they actually do not want to make a decision. The decision can be anything. And then the migraine sets in. Decision about irritated since I'm not able to meet my set target. Okay, Jaya, we'll focus there. That you are irritated that you are not able to meet your set target. So Jaya will talk like that. Even though I'm angry that I'm irritated that I'm not able to make my set target. However much I try, I'm not able to make my set targets. In this time, I have to meet the targets. And my boss also doesn't understand anything which comes to your mind. There is nothing right or wrong here. What is the only thing you have to remember is I am whole and complete. Okay, I love and accept myself as I am. Chalo, let's start. Even though I am feeling irritated because I'm not able to meet my new goals. Irritated because I'm not being able to meet my targets. Irritated as well as angry. I'm angry at the world, at the situation. I'm angry at the boss. The boss never seems to understand what I'm going through. I'm just saying randomly, if it suits you, fine. And even though I'm trying so hard, I'm not able to meet my set targets. And I constantly feel this breathlessness, which Anupama felt. I'm constantly feeling this breathlessness in my body, in my chest. And this breathlessness makes me feel it's a kind of an anxiety. The feeling of being out of control, not being able to breathe. How will be the future? How will we manage? I fear death. And even though I fear coronavirus, I feel there can be a moment I may not survive this crisis. I may not survive this virus. And because of this, I'm feeling very, very scared, angry, and frustrated. But I still choose to heal and integrate that part of me. I am whole or complete. I love and accept myself as I am. And even though I'm feeling so frustrated, so angry, I don't know what to do. I'm feeling I'm not able to meet my target. And because of my irritation, I'm removing my irritation on everyone. And this irritation of mine is a kind of a depression. Actually, irritation is a kind of a depression. which makes me feel I have to do the same kind of thing. You know, so many people become bored doing the same kind of thing again and again. We have to do the same kind of thing. There is no joy. There is no joy in our life left. We cannot go out. We are all cooped. We are all trapped. This one virus has trapped all of us. But I still choose to heal and integrate that part of me. I am whole and complete. I love and accept myself as I am. And even though, the dialogue will always be, and even though I am feeling pain, I am feeling betrayed, I am feeling acidity, I am feeling hopeless, I am feeling irritated, I am feeling restless, I am feeling this constant headache on my head. Head will be on the headache only, and I'm not able to make a decision, but I still choose to heal and integrate that part of me. I am whole and complete, and I love and accept myself as I am. Put your hands on your chest and say, remove it out. A slow deep breath in and exhale. Another slow deep breath in and exhale. And believe me, if you do pranayam daily, your lungs will be in a better shape to deal with the virus. Lungs are your support system. It's attacked your support system. Now I'll come to only this one. What's her name? Gurbakshni. Anisha Gurbakshni. Anisha, yeah, hi.
Hi.
How is your pain?
It's so I continue tapping as we were doing with others. I'm feeling much better. It has gone down further.
How much from a 8 to a?
So it had gone down earlier from a 8 to a 6, and now I can safely say it's gone down to a 4 or even a 3.
That's good, Anisha. If you do one more round, it will go down to 1. So if you want to do it yourself, you can do it, or you can do it after this.
I'll do it after the session. I have learned.
That's very nice.
I observed and I learned. So I don't want to take everybody's time here. So I'll continue and I'll do it later.
Yes,
but thank you for this. It was very helpful. It really helped.
Yeah, and you do like, see what happens is there was this emotional freedom technique by Tony Gray.
Yeah.
Okay. And emotional freedom technique says tap here, tap here, tap here, tap here, tap here, tap this, tap this, tap this. Now, so much of tapping a person doesn't remember.
True.
So I have only focused, this was taught to be by my teacher, Nita. So I only focus on this and the breathing 7 times. You have to do one full round. So 3 into 7, because 21 times is your magical number. So you breathe out 21 times actually. But wherever, basically understand, pain is something which you are keeping in your body. It is giving you a emotion. That emotional charge is not being released. So when we say it, we bring it up from the subconscious and we throw it out of the body with the help of breath. It's a very, very nice technique for any kind of anxiety, disorders, anything. See, understand, this will be for day-to-day anxiety, what we can do. People who have had chronic issues, then they require more treatment, okay? But like how you got this done in from 8 to a 4, I'm very happy. And we can definitely continue this more and more.
Okay. Right, I'll definitely do that. Thank you, really. Thank you so much. I think, you know what, I knew EFT, but that long thing of tapping at so many points, I think that is the reason I actually stopped doing it. But now when I learned the shorter method from you, I think I'll do it and I'll apply it more often.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for this.
Yeah, so it's actually the EFT technique, but rather than tapping on 15 to 21 major points, we are doing this. You will also feel that some people do this thing, EMT, something on the hand, but I prefer this karate chop point. It is very, very good. Now we will speak about this curve and the Kubler-Ross, and then it is already 8:20. So I will just take 10 minutes of your time more. I will speak about for 10 minutes and then I will do a meditation. Is that good enough for you, all of you? Yeah, thank you, Namrata. Now it also, first of all, yes, thank you so much, Jaya. So it all starts with anxiety. So first thing is that, firstly, this you can take a situation that can I cope with COVID-19 or can I cope with my job loss? I feel there is going to be a job loss. So now what happens? It starts building up anxiety. Every time I'm trying to meet my boss, I'm feeling this pain. I don't want to go and all that. Then what happens is the second thing, this thing is job loss ho gaya. Now you will see people who have this job loss, they feel, oh, very nice. You know, this is the best thing that has happened to me. This is known as denial. This is the best thing that has happened to me. Like you will see, I have done it to myself, so I know. But for me, it has been genuine. When I went through the coronavirus for 1 month, 1.5 months, I was very happy. Chalo, you know, I will take some rest. And believe me, I have been taking rest. My health has improved. But now that anxiety is coming, what next? Yeah, 2 months rest ho gaya, bahut ho gaya. Ab kya? So now that anxiety is coming. So for the initial 1 month, I was very happy. Good, I'm chilling. Now that anxiety is coming back, we need to do something. We need to get back, and you're not able to go back. So the same thing that chalo, at last something is going to change. I wanted rest. I never took rest. So that same feeling of euphoria, which is for some time, which is actually in a process of denial, right? Now, then you start thinking, now if there's so much of rest, how am I going to pay my bills? I've taken so much of loan. And now I have got so many people who work for me. How am I going to pay you? It's the same thing of Karishma Garg. How am I going to pay? And if this lasts for a year, will my finances last for a year? Can I do? And it's like that. If I may lose my clients, and I may have to start from what 15 years I have built. I will go down to 0. So your anxiety starts. That curve starts. Then this is not what I had thought. I thought this will come for 2-3 months and it will go away. And when you see now New Zealand coming out of it and other countries coming out of it, you are getting angry. Now you feel fear, threat, guilt. Oh, why? You know, I wish I could have saved more money. I wish I could have done things differently. Why did I have to do? So you start thinking places where you have to cut your corners. And then what happened? There was something had to change. Now I didn't know what had to change. I am a kind of person who doesn't like technology. When people would say do sessions on Zoom or sessions on Skype, I wouldn't like it. Believe me, I would hate it. I would prefer a client in front of me. That is the time I started changing, and I said, even if I don't have the client in front of me, I can still do one-on-one sessions. And the moment I decided to change myself, deal with this issue, and I said there is no going out of this, we have to deal with it. And I started changing is when my anxiety levels went down. And believe me, this is the first time, as Sharad Jagtiani said, first time I'm doing a Zoom call for so many people, and I am able to access more people. And today I was feeling, why do we need to come to a particular place and then do a call? We can all do it from our homes. So much of money which is wasted goes down to 0. Why can't we do it? Like we are Facebook, Google have told their employees to stay at home for a year, and they're going to rejoin next year only. So nice. So we have to become innovative and creative in these times to see what can be done to get that same kind of income. What different things can we do in life? Maybe you will not get the same kind of income. Maybe we'll get less, but still, because there are still people working, still things are going on. So you need to be, you think, can you do hypnotherapy? Yeah, I can. Yeah, Anisha, I do hypnotherapy. I do past life regression. I do a lot of things. I do integrated constellation work in all that on Zoom we are doing. In fact, one of my clients, Mona Nair, said that, when did you start doing it? I said, we never stopped. After a week, 10 days, I just got out of it. And I said, now everything I'm teaching on Zoom. My past life regression workshop I'm teaching on Zoom, my tarot, everything. What I didn't like this technology, but I made myself comfortable with it, is what I'm trying to tell you. That if you make these small changes of what you can do, like Karishma, you can, you can see how you can increase your client base, whatever things you were not doing before. If you inculcate in your day-to-day, this thing, product is good. You know, your product is good. So it's just like meeting the same people. And social, if your product is good and it can go on Facebook and all these Instagram things,
right,
people will still buy.
Yeah, but there's still a fear of, so
Karishma, what is your product?
I am into clothing. It's
I
Indian
thought
and
as much.
Western. Yeah.
I thought as much because people will not be needing, but still, believe me, in 6 months
Yeah.
will be there.
Yeah, that is okay. But I deal with labor, and they come from very different place. And there's a lot of fear. My dad isn't has diabetes, and other than that also. So there's a lot of fear that
So
what if
for
I
your
catch it?
father's diabetes, you can do this EET. The stress
Okay.
levels increases the diabetes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, Tanishi, Ruchika will get in touch with you regarding the tarot spell workshop tomorrow. Now, believe me, I used to really love doing workshops with the people in front of me. Now I'm doing it on the phone, and I'm still feeling that, so you will also find something. Apart
Right.
from clothing, I would advise you to get into something which people need at this time.
Right.
You will have to think out of it. It's like a catastrophe which nobody thought.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I'm a tarot reader also, so I just on 31st last year I just did a tarot. How will my this year be? And it was horrible. And I said no. The tarot is. I didn't
asked you a
I
question
didn't
on
shuffle
live.
the cards properly. But see, nobody realized that it will come. See, tarot can give you an answer, but tarot cannot say a virus will come and that virus will do things. Tarot cannot say that. It will, like for example, I was supposed to book my tickets in January to fly to the US, and when I asked shuffle the cards that should I do it, it showed no, don't do it. So I did not book only. The tarot will not give you an answer why. It will just say don't do it. When that thing happens, you will understand why the card said no.
Right.
Because there is no picture of virus in that tarot deck of tarot. Okay. Now, the Kubler-Ross, so the moment I changed my thought processes, and from that anxiety, it went away, and I know that I can reach a larger audience. Today, I have an audience of 50 people. It's a big thing for me. It's actually a big honor to be here and speaking to so many people. And I have really understood the wonders of technology. It is so easy. So if you change your thought patterns, you have to be creative. You have to be innovative. Whatever works for people. I don't know what Namrata does. I don't know what Darshit does, but something needs to be, people have to do. I know one of my students, they were like, they are teachers, so they are still teaching. But apart from that, they have started cooking something in the house and selling it. Okay, so can we go to the Kubler-Ross now? Do you know the Kubler-Ross? Who was Kubler-Ross? Can we just largen it? It's been changed for a strategic thing for the corporate sector, but it is basically a shock. So all of us went into shock in March at the event. Then the event can be anything. Right now I'm talking COVID, but it can be a breakup. It can be a bit of go back. It can be a change of loss of job. It can be a death of someone. So, the event happened, when a traumatic event happens, you go into a state of shock or surprise, and then you move to the first stage, which is denial. If you have a disease, I don't think that I have this disease. I don't think this will happen. So many of us were into denial. If you realize, nobody of us did realize the severity of the disease. I myself was in denial. ऐसा कैसा flu होता है कि आराम से, you can catch it and things like that. I also was too much in denial. But then the enormity of the whole thing, when it came to your face, that people, when Italy started falling down, and the people in Italy started falling, is when from denial, we then went into frustration. So many people said, we are frustrated, we are angry, we are irritated. Okay, so all these are the way of your body and your thing to acknowledge it. Then after that, when you're not able to go from denial to acceptance, you go into various things. You go into depression also. And if your curve has been bad, you can just sink in low. So many of us can go into depression at this point of time, not knowing what to do. Then if you want to get out of it, you have to bargain with yourself. So Karishma, you need to start bargaining with yourself. You need to start experimenting. What different thing you can do? How can you do it differently? You can. I have one fashion designer, and she is right now in Dubai from the last 70, 80 days. But if you see, she still has work coming in. So her karigars are the issue. Okay, she works for the big brands. But I said, don't worry, you need to start couriering work or doing it. They can do it in their house. What else? You have to see how you can send. The courier services have started. You need to
Right.
experiment. When you will be able to experiment is when, so maybe your production will not be maybe 10 lakhs. It can
Yeah.
be 2 lakhs, but you will sustain. So you'll have to experiment and understand what you can do something differently, creatively from yourself, to go from frustration, anger, depression to a change, to a decision. You need to make a decision in your mind, and then that will help you to integrate the shock that you felt before and allow you to come out of your problems, or allow you to come out of your issues. And everybody of us can do it. As long as you have a life, firstly, I'm living. I have a life. I have a roof over my head. I have food on the table. That's the first three things. I'm in an air conditioner room. That's the biggest advantage. We're not having to have 8 people in one room. Believe me, we are blessed. So even if we keep on remembering that, it may not change anything. We are not God's ear. But it will start by decreasing our anxiety levels. When our anxiety levels are decreased, our health will be better. So chances of getting the disease also will be less. With more
I
anxiety.
have a question actually.
Yeah, tell me, Karishma.
Is indecisive related to anxiety? Like
Yes.
there are times you're very indecisive. You cannot decide
Head.
one thing, what to do.
Yeah, head. I want to do this. I don't want to do this. If I do this, this will happen. If I do this. So I don't want to make a decision. So I'm in a perpetual state of confusion.
Yeah.
That's indecisiveness. Because so fear, if I do this, what happens? It goes. So many times people come to us, should I do this? Should I not do it? And I just straight away say, don't do it. Then they feel very bad and they say, she's just saying anything. But whatever I see in my cards or whatever I see, I say. I don't say from anywhere. But you have to change yourself, become creative, take a decision and move ahead and integrate it. Okay. Now the next slide. See, amidst the coronavirus fire, this thing, it is 72% they are fearing, and 74% feel its worst is come. 39% have lost their job, and 79% are worrying. See, they are just necessary one. This will come in, but this is not necessary that may happen. 45% saying it's affected their mental health, and 82% say the nation's healthcare will have a problem. So it may have a health problem, but it all depends upon what you are thinking, what you are not thinking. And more Americans are reporting on the negative on the mental health. I've got a lot of clients calling me from the US and telling me, will my work be there? Will I be there in the IT industry? And yes, I say, fine, do this. At least you'll be, so much of anxiety. You will be fine. Don't worry. Things will be good. There will be a problem, but it will be fine. It will pass. Everything will pass. That's what we have to hope for. We need to hope for ourselves that whatever is happening to us, it will pass. Next slide, please. See how much has COVID. Now you have to manage by doing this exercise, which we have taught, maintaining a gratitude journal. Please get sleep. It's very important to go get sleep, relaxation. If you do this, ETIs, if as you see, we had a relaxation. There was a breathing technique with it. So automatically there was a relaxation, and this will help you to sleep better. Even if you're not sleeping, you can just do this. Strengthen your social network. How you can do this? Make more friends. Ask them to help you. Something maybe you didn't do before. You need to help them and they will help you. Barter was always there. And time management skills, that basically whatever the work and the family demands is, whatever you can do to manage will be very, very good, and you'll be able to deal with it much better. Okay. And let go of that thought that I have to control everything. That will create a lot of issues. Yes. Next slide, or are we at the end of it? Stressful situations. Basically, stressful situations can be what, there is a fight between two people, then you have to manage them. Rather than fighting at this time, you have to maintain your peace. Rather than arguing on nonsense, you have to let go. Learn to let go. Now, treat myself for a massage and all that, it is not possible right now. This is something that maybe, you can just, somebody, your parents or your sisters can just massage your feet or something like that, or you can massage your feet yourself. That's it. Okay, we cannot take a walk or a nap, but sometimes I normally take a nap in my, now I take it in my compound and it's quite good. But I go very late. I go at 12 o'clock where there's no less people, you know. That's what. Ask for help. At this point of time, you should not be ashamed from asking from help. It can be spouse, friends, and mostly it will be with neighbors, you know. Ask for help from neighbors. Suppose if things are not there in your house or something you want help, please. And if the anxiety is still there, this is a normal anxiety, then please you need to consult a medical doctor or a psychologist for your problems. Okay. Are we done, Ruchika? Switch off. Yes. Eliminating triggers. Firstly, yeah, you know, I do one thing. I don't watch so much of television on all the news. I just watch it for half an hour and I'm off. I don't watch it for 6-7 hours daily. It is giving a lot of message units. Okay, so try to even avoid a lot of television. Same news they keep on moving. And if there is a specific trigger, see what was the trigger, when was the anxiety trigger. Try to avoid that environment. So many people are triggered up because they are with a person they don't like, the mother-in-law, for example. No, it is there. And so we are trying to tell them to avoid it, or, you know, go down for a walk. Now the situation is much better, but still in some places, whenever it's not better, to at least take a walk or just listen to some music, transcendental music would be better. Okay, what else? Switch off anxiety disorder. The next slide, Ruchika. Thank you so much. Okay, so we talk about past life regression here. Fine, let's not talk about past life regression. We will do this, unplug and all that. I will do it's already 8:40. Those who want to leave, they can leave. I'm not going to stop you guys. I will be doing a meditation. For that, I would like you to lie down if possible. Even if you are sitting, you need to be comfortable. See, I'm not going to be meditating, so I'm going to be like this. But we are... Okay, so I'm going to start with the deep breath. Take a slow deep breath in. Yeah, remove this, Ruchika, now. And I can have the people back. Thank you so much. All of you, I want you to just close your eyes, relax. Take a slow deep breath in and exhale. Take another slow deep breath in and exhale. I will try to maybe keep a transcendental music on. It will help you. So take a slow deep breath in and exhale. As you become more and more at ease, it doesn't matter if at times you find your mind just wandering away to some pleasant thought. Because your inner mind continues to listen and enjoys the growing sense of peace, harmony, and tranquility that is growing and developing within you now. And you know those wonderful feelings that you have been having when you sleep soundly. How you sometimes feel, wish You could just be left to doze and slumber. You remember how you felt, lazily laying on a lawn or a beach in the sun, perhaps drifting in and out of a dozing sleep. Just wanting to stay where you are. In a moment, I'm going to slowly count back from 10 to 0. And as I do, you will find yourself relaxing more and more. And with each number I count back until you have felt those feelings of relaxation in the past. In the same manner, you will continue to feel the same relaxation right here, right now. So going deeper with 10. Feel yourself going down, lazily drifting by 9. Relaxing more and more at 8. Going deeper down with 7. Deeper and deeper with 6. Halfway to relaxation with 5. That wonderful, comfortable feeling at 3. Almost there now at 2. Feeling deeply relaxed at 1. And deep sleep at 0. I want you to imagine that you are looking up into a beautiful sky. Beautiful night sky, and in a distance you can feel a star. You can see one solitary silver star shining down out of the velvety black night sky. And that star is millions and millions of miles away. And you focus your gaze entirely on that beautiful solitary star. And you notice it begins to twinkle. You become more and more relaxed, more and more peaceful, and more calm. And now imagine rising out of your body, feeling drawn towards the star. And the nearer you get to your star, the larger and brighter it becomes. And the larger and brighter it is, the more comfortable and relaxed you are. Until your star is there right in front of you. One solitary silver star. And you are on the star. You are in your star. And the star is in you. One solitary silver star. In fact, you are the star. Up there, shining down on earth below, millions of miles away. And as you go deeper and deeper into a gentle hypnotic sleep, a gentle hypnotic rest, there is a beautiful starway, there is a beautiful stairway in your star, with hundreds of steps leading to a wonderful place. You begin to descend, almost floating. Down your feet, not even touching the stairs. You see that in each and every step is the world relax as you float down. You become even more comfortable, even more relaxed and at ease. But at the same point of time, very detached. As you continue to listen to the sound of my voice and the sound of this music, you feel yourself becoming sleepier, drifting deeper and deeper. And now that you are on the star, you will realize that you are feeling very relaxed and very comfortable. It's as though you are engulfed in a cocoon of warm light. It's so relaxing, so safe, so comforting, such a wonderful feeling to be here. Right now, as your mind gently drifts, wanders off where it will, perhaps even remembering or able to conceptualize those early months in your mother's womb. So safe, so comfortable, so relaxed. Just be aware of the gentle beating of your mother's heart, the position of your body, and the knowledge that all of your mental, physical, and emotional needs are met. Right now, you are here, listening only to the sound of my voice, whilst the gentle beating sounds in the distance, the far off sounds which don't disturb or distract. Perhaps unaware, right now, the time will come to make your entry into the world, to show your existence in all the things that you choose to do. In this comfortable state, you are almost oblivious to what's happening around you. But as you prepare to emerge, with a little help from those around you you care, you can be pleasantly surprised as to what is waiting for you to be discovered. As a newborn does, with wondering eyes, inquisitive mouth, and those tiny hands, grasping each learning experience. Eyes, learning to smile, learning to babble, to chatter, to sing. Make note of all the beauty around you. And in discovering moment, the ability to roll and crawl. And the later to walk and spin, skip and to run. Feeling the freedom of expressing yourself as the warm, wonderful individual that you all are. Isn't that so much better than being curled up in the fetal position, totally oblivious to the world outside? Remember the magic of the childhood days. Perhaps a walk in the park, the crisp leaves, the smell of the flowers, walking on the sand, that beautiful morning sunrises, festivities and fun with friends and family, so many memories, good and bad. But didn't the bad times make you appreciate the good times even more? Remember the tinsel and the glitter of the festivals, the glitter of the diyas, the beautiful lights, celebrating the excitement that one day, whatever we are facing, it will be spring once again. The beautiful yellow daffodils, the gardens will begin to bloom and blossom. The butterflies, perhaps you have the memory of the long hot summer days, running across the beach as a child, collecting pebbles and seashells, feeling the spray rising up and around your legs. In discovering it was so much fulfilling to explore the world than those early months in your mother's womb. Yes, they were safe, they were comfortable, but living is different, exciting, adventurous. You must be feeling a lack of motivation to go ahead in your life right now, because all of us are cocooned in our houses. All of us are cocooned in our homes. We dare not venture out. We're slowly giving up. We feel we are safe. But at the same point of time, find yourself that desire and motivation that things will change. You will see that your life is about to change. New creative ideas will keep on coming to you to deal with this situation. Enjoy every experience just as you did as you were with like a child. Seek pleasure in the small things. Seek pleasure in being with your family right now. Seek pleasure in cooking together. Seek pleasure that you are spending time with your children, which you did not have before. Seek pleasure in small, small things. When you climb out of your bed tomorrow, welcome the day with open arms. Each day is a new opportunity to learn something. I want you to project your mind as to walking out of the COVID-19 crisis, slowly walking out of the year 2020, and facing and being ready to explore the new world, feeling energized, reinvented, going ahead, ready to welcome new challenges. Allow yourself to see that there is going to be an end to all this. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. Just walk towards it with new hope. Be honest with yourself at this time. And feel the satisfaction of those things you have done in this time you were in the cocoon of your home. Things you did not do before. Embrace those feelings, and any kind of anxiety, fear, stress you're feeling in any part of the body, I want you to slowly blow out through your mouth right now. Keep on blowing out, blowing in and out, in and out. Keep on breathing out the anxiety, the stress, the fear of the unknown, the fear of the future, the fear of paying bills, the fear of survival. Release that. Slowly see yourself towards the end of 2020. You coming out of this tunnel. See that new ray of light and allow yourself to become stronger every day. In a moment, I'm going to count you up from 1 to 5. And at the count of 5, you'll be fully awake, feeling very good about yourself. But first, we start with 0. And there is a tendency to go deeper with 0. So each and every time you will be at 0, and I use the words deep sleep to you for the purpose of hypnosis only, will quickly and calmly go to this level or even deeper. You will be completely relaxed, feeling very fine about yourself. So start coming up with 1, fully integrated mentally, emotionally at 2, feeling very good about yourself at 3. All the bodies and personalities integrated totally and completely in your physical body right now on 30th of May 2020 in your body right now. And when you're ready, just open your eyes. So thank you so much. And I hope I'll be announcing one more talk very soon. Not an anxiety, something else, something different. And you all, if you all have any queries, you can post in the group. We will answer the queries. And I would ask you, all of you, to just keep on doing the exercise. I did a motivational tape with you that I kind of fast forwarded that this time will end, so that you don't need to worry. So by the end of 2020, we can all look forward to a new 2021. So I kind of fast forwarded you right from your mother's womb till today. And it was a motivational script which I did at this point of time, because I felt all of us could use a little bit of motivation at this time. Okay. In case you have any queries, you can ask me here or you can ask me on the group. I'm okay. As I said, it's already 9 o'clock, so we can log off the meeting. Okay. And if you have any queries, you can ask on the group. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you
so much. I just wanted to check, how can one connect with you? And
I think we're all on my group. My number is 93. I'll just put my number here.
Ruchika informed me about your workshop. But if you have any workshop coming up, do let us know.
Yeah, there is a workshop which we just planned. So we definitely will put a post up in that group only.
Thank you so much. It was fantastic.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
We'll get the recording of this session.
That Ruchika will look into it.
Okay.
I think so. Ruchika will help me. She's the host. She will help me and guide me.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so thank you so much for being here. It was really, really lovely to connect with all of you. Any problems? Darshita is sleeping. Any problems? You can definitely connect with me. Okay. Bye. Thank you so much, Kathy. Thanks all of you for being here. It was really, really lovely for you to take out your time and be with me.